I think when it comes to negative comments for me, I like, honestly, I don't give a damn.
Yeah, you can say that.
Wait, what are you about to say? Whoa, what are you about to say?
I'm about to say, damn.
Like, honestly, I was just talking about it. Like, I was thinking about it here. If you are the type of person that like gets offended by things, this might not be the job for you.
No, definitely not.
If you don't like to, a lot of people don't like to be loved. A lot of people don't like to be hated. If you have an issue with either of those, it's not for you.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna put yourself out there in any facet of life, in the internet, even if you're just a normal person who doesn't want to do anything with YouTube or anything, even if you post something on Facebook, you got your friends who might judge you and all that stuff, you know? You might post a picture like, yeah, I don't know what people do. Like, you might be in like a really like, you know, crude outfit for Halloween and you think it's like cool or hot or something, and then like grandma's typing back like, baby, what's happening? So, and you know, I mean, I don't know, I do stand up and whatnot as much as I can in LA, and like you have to, like that takes thick skin. Like if you guys didn't laugh at anything I said today, I probably would like go die somewhere later, but you guys laughed all day, so I'm good. But it's one of those things where you if you're gonna put yourself out there, you know that you're gonna get that type of stuff. Hate though, specifically, I would just say don't make content that really breeds that, because there are some people who like thrive off of that, you know? There's some people who make, especially nowadays, like there's channels where like it's literally not necessarily hate, but you know, poking fun at someone else or whatever it is. If you make stuff that you know is just universal, then you won't get many hate comments. They'll filter into the spam box and you'll be okay. You might get one that you see and then you read it and you're like, why would you say that though? Like why? Like why do you have so much time? There's commas in this thing. What are you doing? Like you put quotations and periods. Like there's some people who have the time for that and you can't give them time. Like you shouldn't reply to those comments unless you're like really, really clever and can handle like the thread of hate that's gonna come from that, you know? Because there's sometimes where you're like, I know I will specifically, there's sometimes people will critique me on like how I play a video game or how I made a skit or how I vlogged, and I'm like, you're not doing what I'm doing, so why are you having an opinion? And then they come right back and they're like, oh, this opinion's about to get harder now. It's like, okay, you shouldn't have got yourself caught up in that, but yeah.
I've never responded to a mean comment before, but one time I was in my subreddit and they were like, you know, somebody was in there talking smack, and I actually kind of hurt my feelings. And then I actually clicked on his profile and I was like seeing other things he posted. And he posted in a different subreddit. Yeah. Does anybody know where I can get a male prostate massager? And I was like, oh, I'm not mad.
You know, that's like some people's motive though. Some people's motive is to like go across different channels and just leave spam hate. Like I remember I've seen a comment where like I mean, I don't really get too offended. Like, you know, I've been, you know, you get called like obscenities and derogatory words and racial slurs, and like I'll see that, and like if it's like I'm a comic, so a lot of stuff is funny to me that shouldn't be. Like my girlfriend hates it and whatnot. So it's one of those things where like if it's like funny mean, I mean nothing's ever really funny mean, but if it's so mean and dark and twisted that I'm like, you know, that was a pretty good joke. Like sometimes I read off stuff like that and I'll like tell like my girlfriend about it. She'll be like that's devastating. I'm like, no, that's just like some loser at home who has nothing better to do. But then you go to their YouTube channel or their Google Plus page, because I think that's how you get to them now, and you can see their comments on other people's channels, which is like it'll be like verbatim the same thing but just for someone else, and you're like, oh, well, this loser's got nothing to do today. I get it. You're dying inside. I will be that vessel for you to hate through. Let's do this. Like it's all good. You know. That's me though. Sorry, that's just my opinion. That's how I look.
Given this as a business, do you all do brand integrations? Are you approached by sponsors? And how do you balance the opportunity to make money and have a business and stay true and stay authentic and not piss your fans off, frankly?
Who wants to talk about the money?
I don't do money to say things in my videos.
I love Target. Target has great deals from 2 to 6 every third. No, I was kidding.
You don't have integration?
No one has ever approached me for any sort of brand thing.
Really?
Are you being serious?
Are you being serious?
Is
We got to get him some brand integrations, y'all.
I think it's how you handle it. Like, I end up trying to take like a lot of the money that they're gonna give me, and I will rent a really expensive location. I will do really good cameras, and then I will take it and put it into other high production videos. So I think it's what you do with it, then your audience can get super mad. As long as you make a really good video, people don't get pissed.
Yeah.
Like my Hot Pocket one, like I'm vegan, everyone knows that. And I did a Hot Pocket video, and I've eaten a Hot Pocket. I just went for it because it was fun and it's something I wanted to do, and no one got mad.
Did you like puke it out as soon as you were
No,
done?
I ate the tips because the tips had
Okay.
like the cheese, but mine was like team ham and cheese.
Oh, that's
but
interesting. All right.
but
They
how
were. No, but I did like a music video and I put a ton of money into it, and I got to do an idea that I wanted, and I made people laugh. So I think
so was
it's how you handle it.
the authenticity in that is
Yeah.
from the idea. You're coming at it from because it
I'm coming
seems
from a creative standpoint.
Yeah,
like
okay.
I like higher production value, so like having that extra money means that I can have the crew that I want. I can have locations. I can have the props. I can have the, like do the way that I want to do it.
Yeah. I was going to say that I think it also depends on how cool your audience is with you. Like, I mean, if you're shoving down like a brand integration a week and it's like kind of like a pointless one, like let's say it's from I don't know, like an app company that nobody knows, but like the app company said, well, we'll pay you this much to bring up our app. And like that has nothing to do with your video. Then I understand when you get like comments that are like, yo, can you stop selling out today? I want to watch some good videos. So that makes sense. But then there's other times where you'll get approached by people who you're excited to work with and your audience is excited to see you work with them. Like I've worked with like Nintendo and Microsoft and Ubisoft through my gaming channel, and like it's like one of those things where like when they contacted me, I'm like, you want to what? You want to make video? Well, you want me to help you make a video? I'm like, sure, and like they'll like retweet. Like I think Nintendo retweeted one of my videos that I was like, you have not watched what's in this video, like because like I have a gaming channel. Like me and my friends, we talk about stuff. We just talk. We don't care. Like we're not too crazy, but like certain curse words will fly. And I know that they promoted one of those videos, and like the comments that came from their tweet was just like, hey Nintendo, did you watch this? Huh? And like it wasn't bad. Like I'm not trying to say like it's bad. It's just like think of like like a late 20-year-old black dude with his black homies hanging out playing Mario Party. It'll get it'll get pretty crazy because we are like competitive and we'll like say things to each other we probably shouldn't have. But
I was on Mario.
Will's too cool to collab with me.
It's true.
He works for the source-fed gods. I can't even reach him.
Well, actually, Will, do you want to weigh in on this? Do you have brand sponsorships, and how do you handle that?
I work for like a bigger company, like a conglomerate, and they love making money. So, as their host, you're like, you gotta say all the stuff that's gonna make us money. So they give me a paper, and it says all these things, and I have to read it, and I hate it.
See?
But it's what keeps the show alive. So I can't complain. I'm like very thankful to the sponsors that sponsor us. It bothers me that, I don't know, I'm like, I wanted to say what I wanted to say, but in the beginning I have to be like, get this. But I don't care. It's a part of it.
I think the ultimate goal of most YouTubers, though, is to get to the point that we don't have to have like brand integrations. I think for me, like I want to be doing stuff that just is like a really cool like mini series or something that has no brands involved. But the reality is, like, I don't have $250,000 to make a series. Like, they have that money if you integrate their product and do some of the things that they want. So sometimes it's just a give and take to get what you want made.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is, most of it usually goes right back into the channel. Honestly, I can't really think of a time where I got approached for a brand integration and was like, oh yeah, can't wait to go buy that new Honda Civic. Like that's never my thought process.
It's like, oh yeah, credit card debt. Yes, that's usually what. Yeah.
I'm just trying to so in the end, and I think Brittany, you said it, that if you've got a script and you kind of hate doing it, doesn't that kind of show? Isn't that kind of the anti-authentic?
Yeah, that's.
But he's with a larger
He's with a company,
so it's
though.
different.
He's a puppet, right?
There's somebody under there.
There's literally someone. There's somebody making him talk right now. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, that's different. He works for a company as a YouTuber compared to being a YouTuber who works for themselves. Like
it's ridiculous. Like before I did an advertisement for a car before I had a driver's license. I never said I was driving a car.
Yeah. But I mean that's okay though. That's kind of like your job though. That's completely different. Like you have a channel. I'm sure if you were approached by someone to work with something on your channel, you would have a lot more creative control. That's completely different, unless, you know.
But how much responsibility? Now I'm just going to dig into this. But,
let's dig.
Well, I just, like, how much responsibility do you feel, you know, having this voice, having these fans, having a very close engagement with your fans, and that's so much based in authenticity and a kind of a feeling like you're friends. If you are kind of flogging a car or a computer game or a Hot Pocket that you would never eat.
I ate them when I was younger.
Yeah, okay.
And
I don't want to put you on the
was so
map.
happy.
But like, I'm just wondering how you kind
but-
of, do you feel a sense of responsibility to stay true, or does the money is too important to pass up?
No, the money I don't think is ever too important unless you are like seriously, like, because I mean, some of us, I mean, like, I make a living from YouTube. It's not glamorous. Like, I can pay rent and bills. I can't pay rent, bills, some sort of Lamborghini in the yard. I don't know, never. Like, it's not. I think if you do get to that level, though, you don't even take brand deals because you're at a level where it's just your content that's putting you in the position to make money. Like, that's, like she said, like, that's the dream. The dream is that your videos is all you have to do to make a living. And like, it's not like that's why you make them. It's more like, no, I make them for fun. The money thing is a bonus. Like, I wasn't shooting sketches for 3 years hoping that one of them went viral because I was like, I want the money. It's like, no, I want like people to acknowledge that I'm making cool stuff. Like, I think that's the most important thing to me on YouTube. Like, the fact that I'm here, like, I honestly did not expect to get an email to come to this thing or talk. So I'm just happy to like be here, you know, like that, knowing that people acknowledge me enough to be like, yo, do you want to come talk and give your opinion on things? I'm like, me? Like, that's the first thing I thought. It wasn't like, is there money involved? It's like, no.
I mean, a lot of views have gone to global, and those views aren't monetized. So the reality is, a lot of us do take brand deals because we're just not making it on AdSense. I'll spend like $5,000 on a video, and I'll make a couple $100 on it, no matter how much it gets. But your monetization just isn't there.
Yeah, you like you could get a video with like, I don't know how. I mean, I'm not huge on YouTube in my opinion. So if I get a video that like gets over 100K views, that's great to me, and that might only even out to like, if we're lucky, like $90, maybe like 150. So 100,000 views, $100. It's not really a great ROI, but I don't know. You guys don't know technical terms. We've been talking. All right.
You've been super patient. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Dion. So on the topic of like finding yourself and who you are, how do you find yourself and able to put your uniqueness into your content and let it show instead of trying to form into like the mold, like in like a non-self-medicating way, like talking to yourself like in a car. Although that's good sometimes, but like, what do you do?
I think don't shoot down any of your ideas. I think for me, like, there is no bad idea. Like, you can make a sketch about water. Just, if you think it's funny right in that moment, do it before you judge it. Just later on, you're like, oh, it's so dumb. I'm not gonna do this. But if you like really jump on it, then usually sometimes they're your best videos because they're unique, they're different. There's something you thought was cool, so you did it.
Yeah, I believe you gotta really get in tune with your feelings. Like, you gotta know if something makes you feel like literally like you were sitting there and you're